Hey everybody, fall has arrived here in Wisconsin. We have a few more days of detecting, but now's the time of the year where many of us will start to kind of clean our machines, put stuff away, and do a little bit more research. Learn more about our machines, about the hobby, maybe spend some time on next year's permissions. So today, what I'm going to do is a video. It's going to be an air test. I'm going to test 37 different items, some trash, some coins, and some jewelry, and I'm going to repeat this test across my 3 different detectors: the Nocta Macro Simplex, the Equinox 800, and the XP ORX. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned. All right, let's take a look at the setup for today's test. What I have set up here are 3 different boards that you can see here, some of which contain coins. That's the first 2. The third contains various items of jewelry, and the 4th contains a few pieces of pretty common trash: bottle caps, pull tabs, nails, that type of thing. And what we're going to do here, we're just going to do an air test, and I just want to get a feel for the tone. I want to get a feel for the target ID. We're going to go ahead and get started. Let's go. Okay, first up with the XP ORX is a modern Lincoln penny here. And to start, let me just say I am in the coin fast mode using 14.4 kilohertz. All other defaults are have been set or have been maintained, so I have not adjusted any of the default settings. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Again, I'm about 4 or 5 inches above the target. Modern penny 85, 86 here. Wheat cent, a wheat cent, XP ORX 92, a 92. This next target is a copper penny, also a 92. Following that, we have an Indian head penny, an IHP, 87, 88. Next, we have a 2-cent piece. I believe this is an 1862 2-cent, ringing up as a 90. We have a braided hair large cent, much higher, 97. That's in the high tone, of course. Now we have a barber nickel. We're going to move into the nickels here. This is a barber nickel, ringing up 62. 62. Let's see how that compares to a buffalo nickel, a US buffalo nickel, Indian head nickel, 63, 64. Okay, this next target is what's called a worn nickel. These were minted, I believe, in 42, 43, 44. I might be off a year. They are 40% silver. They're identifiable. They have a mint mark above the circular dome on top of the nickel, a P, an S, a D, that type of thing. So let's see how this rings up. 62, 63. Modern nickel, modern Jefferson nickel, 63. Okay, and just for fun here, at the end of this board, I've added a Roman coin. I have no clue what type of Roman coin this is. I doubt this is what would be referred to as a hammer coin. Could be. I don't know, but we'll put a picture up here. You can kind of take a closer look, but let's see how that rings up. 85. 85. Okay, on our next board here, we're going to start with a modern dime, a Roosevelt dime. 91, 92 signal. We have a small Trime, a Trime coin. I did not find that. I wish I did. I purchased this coin. Ringing up 80, 81. Following that is a Barber silver dime. 91, 92. Nice high tone. 91, 92. One of my favorite coins, a silver Mercury dime. Let's see how she rings here. In this case, a solid 92. Following that, I have a silver Roosevelt dime. A silver Roosevelt dime. 93. 92, 93 for the silver dime range here. Okay, now we have a modern quarter. Post 1964 modern quarter. 95. I've seen some of those. 94. I've dug some of those. 94, 95. Let's see how that compares to a silver quarter. This would be a quarter minted prior to a silver Washington quarter minted prior to 1964. 95. 95. Okay, the next item up is another quarter. This is a silver Barber quarter. I think this is 1906. 96. Found this 3 feet down under the water on the surface in a local river here. Next up, a Standing Liberty quarter, SLQ. 95, 96. Interesting, I'm getting a little bit more separation of those coins, those silver quarters and dimes on my XP ORX than I did with my Equinox 800. Those target IDs on the Equinox were more compressed. The XP ORX is distinguishing them a little bit better. Okay, and at the end of this board, I have a Morgan silver dollar here. Morgan silver dollar. How does she sound? 97, 98 on the ORX. 97, 98. Okay, and I'm not testing today the distance. We will do that on another video when the weather gets bad. We'll do that for fun inside. I'm really just interested today in the tones and the IDs. Let's go to our next board. Board number 3 here is our jewelry board. We're going to begin with a 10 karat gold men's wedding band. What are we seeing? 74, 75. 74, 75 for the men's gold wedding band. Next ring is a Cub Scout ring. I believe this is silver. A silver ring, a small boy's ring. Yep. Ringing up 95, 96. The next item I found on a local beach, and I almost didn't dig this. You'll see why. The target ID for this was ringing up in the same range as a lot of bottle caps, but this is a tungsten men's ring. I dug this up while I was swinging the Knox, not the XP, so I'm curious to see how it registers here on the ORX. Okay, interesting. 78, 79. 78, 79. Okay, here we have men's silver cross. I suppose that could be a female's, but I'm assuming it's a men just because of the size. I don't think this is silver. I'm not quite sure. It is ringing up anywhere from 75, 77. Okay. Here we have a woman's ring. I believe inside this says 0.925. Ringing up 84, so maybe just silver plated, who knows. Okay, we have another small woman's ring here. 87, 88. Men's costume ring next. Hear the different tone. This is 66. 67. And following that, the last item on this board is a woman's costume ring. 87. 87. Let's go to the next board. Okay, last but not least, right, something near and dear to all of us, trash. Let's see what some common trash items sound like on the ORX here, starting with a large Miller Lite bottle cap, a beer bottle cap. 78, 77. The next is a soda cap, a soda bottle cap. 88. These bottle caps are all over the place, and they do have different types. The older ones, I think, were made a little differently than the current ones, but let's see how Mr. Corona Light rings up. 85 to 88. All the way up to 89 even. Okay. Here we have a ring pull. A ring pull, it's missing the beaver tail, or the beaver tab. Lower tone. 73. Okay, 73. Now we have a combination ring pull and beaver tail pull tab with the ring on it. Scratchy, 68, 69. You know how scratchy that is as well. I'll call this a little bit more modern of a pull tab here. These I often confuse with nickels. 65, 66. And the last two items on this board are ferrous items, two different nails. Okay, they're ringing much lower. We hear that grunt on both of them, the iron grunt. Okay. Hey folks, I hope that was helpful for you. What I've done over the last year here for my various detectors is I compile these different cheat sheets while I'm learning my machine. You know, after a while, you just kind of memorize these numbers. And of course, the tones are important too. And if you have the time, you know, dig those solid tones. You know, I'm learning too, there's other little nuances as well, depending on what happens to the signal as you're pulling it back from the target. You know, those last few beeps are critical. But in the meantime, I hope some of these target IDs will either confirm for you what you already knew, or maybe give you pause to not pass up a target and give it a dig. So at any rate, thanks for watching the video. If you like these, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. Happy hunting.